Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, so welcome back everybody to the podcast, the Edcast, and check this out, guys. I have a little surprise. Oh! Welcome, guys. Welcome to season 2 of the Edcast. I'm super excited to finally start doing this again. I have been talking about it a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I just have so much fun doing this little web series. It's a little bit inconsistent, but you know, I'm keeping it going, especially because I really want to. Before I get into anything, I really do want to say a huge thank you to anyone who's listening. I think I'm a little rambler sometimes, but I really like sharing my opinions, and I really want to have something creative to do in this time that I'm taking a gap year kinda. But yeah, so I have some fun little things that I'm gonna get to today, and I just wanted to tell you, welcome to season 2. So what the heck is season 2? What am I even talking about right now? Good question. So season 2, what I'm planning on doing is working on making this podcast a lot more experimental. I really want to get this right. I really want to make a good quality podcast, and I'll be 100% honest, it does not need to be popular at all. A lot of people will ask me when I do this podcast, they're like, oh, so are you trying to be famous or something, or what are you trying to do out of this? I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun. And I actually have a lot of fun doing these. I have a lot of fun, and it's kind of cheesy, but I have a lot of fun listening to these. So I'm super excited to be back at the podcast, and hopefully I can pump out a lot more episodes, a lot more consistently. But yeah, so welcome. I'll get more into the future of the podcast later in the episode, but for now, I just want to say, here's to season 2. First of all, what have I been up to? Good question. Listener who's just listening. So what I've been up to, clearly, if you know me, and hopefully you do, because I don't really know how you found this podcast otherwise. I just graduated from college. So I recently graduated from my experiences with UC Davis, and I had a really amazing time at the college, and I've made so many amazing friends, had so many lifelong memories. Just earlier today, I was even making a pegboard, or a cork board of all these little things that have a lot of significance to me. So I also want to say that part of the experimentation is I will have a lot more photos and images. So the podcast is going to be a little bit more edited, but little secret, I've been editing the podcast since episode 1. Actually, I'm pretty sure I said that in episode 2, so not much of a secret, I guess, but yeah, just a little edits to make the podcast a little bit more easier to listen to, and a lot more fun for me, so and much more presentable as well. But yeah, so I actually just graduated from UC Davis, and the reason why I haven't posted so much in between that time was because I really was spending a lot more time with my friends, because it was our last couple moments together that I didn't really have a lot of time to focus on this project, which is okay. But yeah, so I just graduated. Now I'm going, and what is my plan? What is my plan right now? So I was talking. Okay, but I was talking about this earlier, but okay, well, not with you guys, but I was talking about this earlier with some of my friends, who are years younger than me, and they're saying like, oh, so what are you gonna do on summer vacation now? And I was like, well, that's the thing about graduating, is that after you graduate, it's not really vacation anymore, is it? So, now that I graduated, it's the rest of my life. But that's still the question, like, what have I been doing over this summer? I have actually been doing an internship. It's a little bit, you know what's awesome? I've prepared a little bit, because watch this. I can change the music. What have I been doing on this internship? Good question. So, I've actually been doing an internship with the coroner's office, and it has been an experience. I've learned a lot at the coroner's office, and I'd love to share some of my experiences, not breaking HIPAA, but just my experiences at some point on the podcast. And I really have learned a lot, and it definitely has helped shape me into a different person. So it has been definitely a transformative experience, and I have even talked to my boss about it. I had said, hey, at the end of the internship last year, she had asked me, she was like, oh, like, you just finished the internship? And I was like, yeah. So, and she's like, asked me about my experiences, and I was like, well, I've learned a lot. And she's like, I bet that you have not only learned a lot about anatomy and all this educational, valuable stuff for my future career field, but I'm sure you've also learned a lot about yourself. And I was like, you have no idea, and you also have exactly the right idea, because you took the words right out of my mouth. But yes, and I will share some of my stories later, but for now, that's not what this is about. This is like episode 0 season 2. So let's go back to the fun music. Check out this one. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's see. Like I said, I have my little scripty poo. So, what have I been up to during my internship? But also, what am I about to do? That's a good question. Because I just graduated, so like, what is my plan now? And my plan now is actually to go to community college again, which is super funny. Because I talked with some of my friends who have been at the community college for the last 4 years, and then they're like, oh, so you just graduated from UC Davis, like, what do you want to do now? And I was like, I'm gonna take classes with you now. And they're like, Eddie, you fell off. And that is just a hella funny story that I thought. But yeah, so I'm gonna be going to my local community college, taking anatomy there, which is kind of crazy because I'm already interning at a coroner's office, so hopefully I know a little bit. Hopefully it gives me a little bit of a leg up for the classes. So I also need to take my microbiome class, and I also need to take physiology. And the reason why I had to take this at a CC is because I did not want to take it at Davis, or else it would have kicked my butt. So I'm here now, and I'm ready to take it at a CC, and I'm really excited actually, because I actually start classes 12 days from now, so not too much time, but I am actually very, very excited to begin learning these things that I believe will actually be really important and really useful for me in my career field. And yeah. Okay. So that is what I'm gonna do. Some of it's what I've done, but like, what are some stories I can share about my summer so far? So I actually have been not traveling too much. I just graduated and I don't have any money, so I've been doing some traveling, visiting my friends in the Bay a lot because the weather where I live is it's god awful. It's like 110 degrees every day. I never want to go outside. I'm wearing pants. You can't even see it, but I am wearing pants today. But I'm only doing that because I have like 5 fans blaring throughout the house to make it a little bit cooler. I actually did wear pants because I thought it would look a little cooler for my outfit, but I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I did 4th of July in the Bay. I got to visit and hang out with a lot of my friends. We went to the MoMA for the first time, and that was so much fun. And then also, right after that, I ended up getting super sick. Super sick. Yeah, so that wasn't awesome. Getting super sick. Then I wasn't really able to do a lot after that. As much as I really wanted to reach out to some friends, it was really difficult for me because I was just coughing and I felt like garbage. I wasn't even able to do my internship a lot, so that really sucked. What I did end up doing in that time, oh my god, I spent a lot of time playing Hogwarts Legacy, and that game is awesome. And playing Elden Ring, and that game is awesome too, but they are huge time sinks. And I want to do more important things, like I'm doing this podcast. I want to get into some hobbies, so I started picking up Spanish again. I'm still getting into it, but I really do want to take those things seriously, and I want to take this seriously because I have a lot of fun with it, and I think those things will make me super awesome and cool and stuff. But I guess also one thing I totally forgot to write down, but I got my phlebotomy license, so let's change the music again. Yep. Oh wait, I think I have another one actually. Yeah, so I got my phlebotomy license, so that was super cool. I'm a registered phlebotomist now, and licensed phlebotomist, so I can help draw blood, which I was looking forward to getting a job this summer, but it turns out the job market is garbage, so that's awful. And also, what else is awful? I start CC classes in like 12 days, so I really did not have any time this summer since I graduated now to like get a job, and also the job market is garbage, so I really couldn't get a lot of experience. So instead, what I am gonna do is volunteering. So I'm gonna be volunteering and brushing up on my phlebotomy skills, shadowing, and going to be actually working on some patients. So I should have some interesting stories from there. My friend Lillian's also doing it, so maybe one day I'll have her on the podcast. And actually, if you don't know Lillian by name, she was actually on my first podcast, in the Glad We Met podcast, but we're here now. We're with the podcast with Etta. We're in the Edcast, so welcome back. But yeah, so yeah, I guess what I've been doing recently, or I guess more recently, was that I have been catching up with a lot of hometown friends. So here are some pictures, if I can get any of them, or if I remember to take pictures. I have been reaching out to a lot of hometown friends, and I had a really great time with them, and they've been really supportive and really interesting to catch up with. So it has just been super sweet to be back in home and having to move back. But also, let me tell you guys, like, moving back was so difficult for me. Oh my goodness. I had to take, first of all, okay, well, if you know me, you know my room. And if you know my room, you knew that shit took forever to come back with. Because I took 3 cars back from Davis to my hometown, packed it all back up, and then all the stuff that was in my room before had to get moved out, and all the stuff in my room before was stuff I did not want to have in my room in Davis, so basically it was garbage. So I literally donated 10 bags of clothes so I can move everything over here and feel like it's a little bit more clean. And I kid you, no joke, like the 3 days after graduation, all I focused on was cleaning my room and getting this room ready for me to live in. And I'm very happy with where it's at now. And this is actually where the studio is at right now. So I'll do a room tour maybe at some point, but if you're really that interested, I would just love if you DM me and you can come on the podcast and you could say hi and I could have some more guests, because I am definitely taking guests and I would love to have you listeners on. I'd love to have some interesting perspectives. I'd love to have some interesting conversations. So yeah, I think that sounds like a lot of fun and I'm really excited. One thing I also just did was I just came back from Comic-Con. Me and my family went to San Diego, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nerdy, but me and my family have been doing Comic-Con for the last 15 years, and we've had a lot of different experiences, but mainly we're all dressing up in different costumes. So literally this we've dressed up in a costume, I think, like every year, and we always do it themed. And this year, here's some photos, but yeah, so we did X-Men, I was Deadpool, and we did Naruto, I was Sasuke, and then we did Star Trek. But honestly, maybe one of these days I'll bring my brother on or my sister on and we'll do a tier list of all the Comic-Cons. But this year was really good. There was a lot more stuff than I am used to liking. I feel like what's happening is people my age are finally growing up and being more normalized or more into the idea of going into Comic-Con, so they're catering more towards a younger-ish audience. So there's a lot of things I was really interested in, like there's a new Borderlands movie coming out, and so there's a lot of Borderlands stuff there at the Comic-Con, a lot of photo op, anyways, and a lot of promotional stuff for that. Literally, I went to, there's this little bar called the Moxie's Bar, and they gave out free alcohol, so my family saw me turn red after a single shot, which was ridiculous. And yeah, but here, I'll show you. I didn't get a lot from Comic-Con, but I did get one thing, and it's been peering over in this video, in the corner right here. So let me show you. I'll give you a little look-see-poo. Yeah, this is what I got from Comic-Con. This shit was $50, so it was not cheap. But literally, the thing that I was like super into was this one guy, and yeah, and also it's just a popcorn bucket. So I mean, it is cool. It is really cool, but I'm at the point where I've been to Comic-Con a lot of times, and I'm like, I don't want to buy more stuff. So this was the one thing I did buy, and I think it is kind of cool. Then apparently it's Comic-Con exclusive, so sorry to everyone who couldn't get your hands on one, I guess. But yeah, more thoughts on Comic-Con. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Dr. Doom, so my thoughts is that is so cheesy. That is ridiculous. Like, Dr. Doom, not Dr. Doom, but Robert Downey Jr. is like, he died. I feel like he had a really good run as Iron Man, and Marvel has just been such a stink hole that I'm like not super positive they're gonna bring it all back, but they are like super giving into fan demands, so I will see. And this is before I've watched Deadpool. Literally, I'm not joking, my whole family is at the movie theaters watching Deadpool right now without me. And it's not so I can do this podcast, it's because I had work, so I couldn't go. But I've heard a lot of really good things, and I'm sure it's the beginning of the turnaround for Marvel, but I haven't watched it yet, so we'll see. I'll get my thoughts on that soon. Yeah, so but also there was like an Elden Ring photo shoot, and not joking, like also as soon as I graduated I bought a Steam Deck, and I had only really been playing out Elden Ring. I have like 100 more hours on Elden Ring because of the Steam Deck, which is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very embarrassed of this. So I'm going to, so my Elden Ring, I was playing Elden Ring all the way on the way there, and in the hotels, and on the way back, and in the line for all these things, and it was so crazy to see like something actually there for Elden Ring. I'm such a fucking nerd, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, after all of this, one thing I was gonna say, one thing, so this is the Where I've Been episode. Where have I been, right? The last interesting thing I really wanted to say was, I'm trying out dating apps, and they're their thing, and I've tried them out, and it's so embarrassing to admit, but I have paid for the week of premium for Tinder and the week of premium for Hinge, and it is so embarrassing, but also I'm like a guy on Hinge, and I'm a guy on Tinder, and the ratio is awful. For every one girl on Tinder, there's 4 other guys, and for every one girl on Hinge, there's 2 other guys. So the odds are already against me, and the dating apps are so difficult to stand out on. So I'm not okay. Well, I don't even know if I want to tell the story yet, but I'll save that for later. But I have also gone on a first date, and I am like talking to a couple people, and nothing's really matching right now, but I even kind of want to get off the app, but I do have some funny stories that I will get to at some point. They are juicy, I swear. But yeah, crazy. I have seen a lot of people on there, a lot of my friends, and I just wave and say hi. And it's a really interesting experience. I am very usually negative towards dating apps, but I had just graduated, and I thought, hey, I want to see what's up. I want to see what it's like. And also I forgot to admit this, but every single time I did buy the premium for Tinder or Hinge, I was drunk. So I don't know. It's not really an excuse, but it's what I'll put out there. Let's get this music going. Okay, so the future of this podcast. What am I doing? What's up? What's gonna happen? What's gonna continue? Am I gonna not post again for 5 months? First of all, before I even get into the other episodes of season 2, I still have 2 other episodes I need to edit from Davis, and they're good episodes. I have some really awesome guests who I have episodes recorded for, and they are really interesting. And I'm also excited to bring back some other people from Davis who have graduated and haven't graduated to the podcast, get their perspectives, have some fun and interesting conversations, and have some good stories. So I'm really excited for that. But like I said, before I get them involved, I still have to release the other 2 episodes I have, and it's only because I have to edit them. And I have been doing and focusing on so many different things right now that I feel like I'm finally clearing my slate and getting ready to be able to get those out. But watch out for those. And then officially after those, the next 2 episodes come out, then it will be season 2 with hopefully new guests and not just me. What else do I want to do? I also think I want to do this more frequently. I think at least once a month, but I honestly think I can do this like once a week. Granted, I haven't taken my 2 hard classes for my community college. I haven't taken anatomy and I haven't taken microbiome, so I don't really know how the workload is going to impact my life, but I do have a lot of fun with this. I want to make this a priority, so yes, those I think I can do this a little bit more frequently. And what else do I want to do? I want to have, like I said, so this is the experimental season. I want to have some really experimental stuff. I want to have a green screen in the background. I want to have maybe an outside podcast. I want to do new locations. I want to travel. I want to do all this weird stuff because I don't know, maybe season 2 is the experimental season where I'm just figuring it all out, and then season 3 is the perfect season. But for now, I think it would be good to maybe think about having like this weird little show that I do that doesn't have any weird rules that I'm like just signing out of my head. So we'll see how that goes. What else am I gonna talk about? I'm also actually that's all I wrote down. So literally I want to do some weird stuff. I want to do this more frequently. I want to have a lot of friends on. I have 2 more episodes coming out that are recorded. I just have to edit. And hopefully I'll get those out sooner rather than later. And also before my classes actually start for this community college class. So, but yeah, I am very excited. Very, very happy to be back. I'm having so much fun already just recording this silly little thing, and then we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it all recorded and saved, so if you're listening to this and watching it, I'm so happy you're able to come on and see it. And I am so excited to have you on and potentially have you come back and listen to more. So thank you for showing up, and welcome to the Edcast, the podcast of the Eddie experience, all of it. Thank you everybody. That's it. Bye bye.